Hello and welcome to my new room. I have had to move rooms and I am now on the roof room. Pretty cool, got my own ensuite. This SkateWine is going to be a bit bizarre, a bit strange, but which one isn't? SkateWine! I came across on YouTube and now it is trending like mad, and if you've not heard of it, you must be living under a rock. ChatGPT. ChatGPT is an AI algorithm, bot. I'm going to have to look it up. I actually have no idea what you'd even describe it as. Wikipedia. Right, ChatGPT, which is Generative Pre-trained Transformer, is a chatbot launched by OpenAI in November 2022. It is built on top of AI's GPT 3.5 family of large language models and is fine-tuned with both supervised and reinforced learning techniques. It's a chatbot, and I mean, to me a chatbot is something that is very basic. I did once get confused with an eBay chatbot, customer service chatbot. I didn't realise that they do customer service chatbots these days. The very basic chatbots are confusing me, but ChatGPT is on another level, and there is numerous videos covering it on how it can help you with SEO, how it can write university essays or theses without, the teacher or human being realising that it is computer generated. It takes information, I think, that has been taken from the internet, hundreds of millions of gigabytes of information, and manages to spit them out into something that is what you'd expect from a human being. So I took this, I've tried it out with skateboarding. This is ChatGPT. So who is the best skateboarder in the world? I asked it. So this is ChatGPT just spitting it out. This is a chatbot, it's insane. It is difficult to definitively say who is the best skateboarder in the world, as skateboarding is subjective and personal activity, and a personal activity that can be influenced by individual style, personal preference and cultural context. Many people have different opinions on who is the best skateboarder. It's not even given me a best skateboarder. Who are among the best in the world include Tony Hawk, Rodney Mullen, Eric Costin, Nigel Houston, Shane O'Neill. I mean, that's insane. All the information that people are putting into ChatGPT, the AI is learning from, which I think is kind of scary. So my next question, why didn't you mention SkateWine? And then it goes on to apologise. If you've not had a go and it's available, I mean, when I went to try and have a go, the web page was down for at least a day. When I finally got onto this, I was buzzing. The chatbot apologised to me for not mentioning me. And this gets funnier further on. I said, that's okay. And then I'm glad to hear that. I went off topic here and I asked it what the top 10 questions it's been asked so far are. Thankfully, all above board and child-friendly questions, thank God. I mean, if you look through those questions, it's kind of fun because, you could probably ask ChatGPT to write you a cover letter or a resume. It's like insane. So then I asked, can it predict the future? And I mean, I don't know how far away we are from ultimately these chatbots managing to statistically see what your next move or action is. A bit like chess, but on a life biological scale, which is kind of scary. So the next question I asked was, who's the best vert skateboarder in the world? Being very specific. And again, it gave me the same kind of answer. You can't define the best skateboarder in the world. But then it gave you Tony Hawks, Bob Burnquist, Bucky Lazick, Lincoln Ueda. I mean, I don't know how many people have heard of Lincoln Ueda, but I love it, it's got it in there. And then I said, you didn't mention Sean Goff, but good call on Lincoln Ueda. I mean, that's some in-depth knowledge on skateboarding right there. And then it apologised for not mentioning the British legend, vert skateboarding legend Sean Goff. Probably a better apology than apologising for not mentioning SkateWine as the best skateboarder in the world. So then I went on to ask it top 10 British skateboarders, and it gave me a list of the highly respected and skilled. So it doesn't necessarily give me the best. So you've got Ben Norberg, Tom Knox, Alex Mole. I've not heard of Tom Boyle, Paul Sylvester, Chris Oliver, Harry Lintle, Tom Gibbs, not heard of Tom Gibbs, Nick Jensen and Mark Baines. It's a good list. I don't think there's any vert skaters in there, but it's a good list of skateboarders. Then I went on to say, who's the top 10 UK vert skateboarders. So Andy Scott, Neil Blender, Dave Allen, Steve Bailey, I've not heard of Steve Bailey. Nicky Howells, I don't think is a vert skateboarder. Ben Grove isn't a vert skateboarder, that's hilarious, and he's a mate. Shout outs to Ben Grove, ChatGPT named you as a vert skater, which I didn't even realise when I was going through the list a few days ago. Chris Oliver, not a vert skater, but a very good skateboarder. Neil Hendricks, not even sure I'm allowed to name him on a YouTube video. He isn't even from the UK. He's a vert skateboarder, but he's not from the UK, thank God. Alex Mole, I'm not sure if Alex Mole skates vert. And Ben Norberg, I have seen him skate vert, but I wouldn't, I mean, if you ask Ben Norberg if he's a vert skater, I don't think he's going to say yes. I think he's probably more street park skater. And then I say he didn't mention Sean Goff again. You didn't mention Sean Goff, Sam Beckett or Robert Ayton. Two legends, one absolute moron. Interestingly, top 10 female skaters. I found this hilarious. I think most of these are American. But the number one ChatGPT female skater is actually now Leo Baker. So I wonder whether that's a mistake or whether ChatGPT's allowed to put Leo Baker in that list because they now define as a male. That was interesting. Elisa Steamer, one of my favourite skaters from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater series. Letitia Buffoni. I've not heard of Rachel Vinberg. Not heard of her. Met Mariah Duran. Aroi Nishimura. Can't say her name. I can't even say English names, let alone Japanese names. Josie Millard is coming up in the top 10 female skaters and she's British. That's amazing. Brighton Zoyner, or Zuna. I always get their name wrong as well. Sorry, Brighton. Shout outs to Brighton. Absolute hero. And Miyu Hirano, who I don't know who that is either. Miyu, I'm probably saying it wrong as well, aren't I? Let's be honest. Miyu Hirano is a Japanese. Oh, that's tennis. Apparently there's a tennis player. I wonder if it's just put in a tennis player randomly. Skater. Oh, that's really interesting. She's a table tennis player. That's hilarious if this is the case. If you have heard of Miyu Hirano, skateboarder, she's not coming up on my Instagram. It's coming up as a tennis player on Wikipedia. That would be really interesting if it's got it really badly wrong. Or it'll be even more hilarious if I've never heard of them and they're actually a skater. So then I go on to say that Lacey Baker doesn't define as female, so that's awkward. Then the AI apologised for causing offence. And then I said that Brighton Zuna, I think it's Zuna. Brighton, I'm sorry. And Jack, shout out to the Zuna family. It's like Nicole Haas. Everyone wants to say Nicole House. Right, the best skateboard trick. Again, it goes on, it says it's subjective, that there isn't a best skateboarding trick, which I kind of like, that it's not, giving you a definitive answer. So then top 10 male skateboarders. ChatGPT gave me a list of the top 10 female skaters, but when I put in the top 10 male skaters, it says that it can't generate the top 10 male skaters, which I just thought was so interesting. Again, it gave me Tony Hawk's, Rodney Mullen, Eric Costin, Nigel Houston. So kind of like the default answer there. I think I've tripped it up there a little bit because it's given us the same answer. So I said name 10 male skateboarders worldwide. Any of these would be tennis players? I don't think so. Tony Hawk's, Rodney Mullen, Eric Costin, Nigel Houston, Shane O'Neill. So I just realised it's the top five are kind of what was in its default answer for the last two. Who's the best skater and name top 10. Mark Gonzalez, Chris Cole, Tori Pudwell, Paul Rodriguez and Daewon Song. Not many vert skateboarders getting named by ChatGPT. So I said name 100 skateboarders and it gave me a list of 10. Changed it up a little bit. Steve Caballero, Tony Alva, George Powell. I've never heard of George Powell. I guess that's Powell and Parolata. Let me just double check that. Yep, so I was right. It looks like it's George Powell and Parolata. I'm guessing they were both skateboarders. It's amazing that he's been named in the top 3. Christian Hosoi, Mike Vallely, Mark Appleyard, Lance Mountain, Jamie Thomas, Arto Suri, Eric Dresden. Eric Dresden's an interesting one as well. So I did list 25 skateboarders. And I also found this interesting in that I think it names 25 male skateboarders. So a little bit of sexism going on there from their chatbot. Let me just double check that. I think there's no female. Male. Male. Pretty much all American as well, I think. Ah, yes. So on the list, it had number 9, Paul Rodriguez, number 25, P-Rod. I was like, by the way. So I asked it to name 25 skateboarders, and it's named 24, with one person being named twice. And that, my friends, is ChatGPT. The quick go that I had on it the other day. Found it really interesting. You can do all sorts of things. You can ask it all sorts of things. You can ask it to write essays, as I said, SEO. It's very scary, very interesting. I've seen a few videos on it now. Some people saying that universities are going to be defunct in a couple of years. They're going to try and put this into Bing, Microsoft Bing, I believe. I think Microsoft have bought ChatGPT rights to use it. People like Elon Musk are saying that the people who have control over these kind of AI bots are going to be basically the leaders of the future. Scary times. I thought that was hilarious. The biggest part of that I found hilarious was top 10 female skaters. And number 1 was Leo Baker. I thought that was brilliant. Bots don't have emotions. Bit like Ex Machina. I'm going to now tell you, if you've not watched Ex Machina, don't listen to the next part of this. Ex Machina, she manages to trick the human into falling in love with her, and then she just leaves him to starve to death in the bunker. If you've not watched it, I'm sorry, which I'm now going to have to cut up in DaVinci Resolve so that people don't get that film ruined for them. If you've not seen it, Ex Machina is a really, really good AI film. We're kind of there with ChatGPT, so I hope you enjoyed this little look into technology and skateboarding. Scary times indeed. Like and subscribe and all that. Leave a comment. Miyu Hirano Skateboarding. It looks like there's a Hirano skateboarder, and I've got a feeling that ChatGPT in January 2023 has got it wrong. It sounds like there's a skateboarder called Hirano Ayumu. So I've got a feeling that ChatGPT stuffed up there a little bit. Nope, that's a man. That's not even a female. So I think it's actually got the ice skater. I think the ice skater came up in the top female skateboarders, and ice skater came up. Maybe that's the top one. That's hilarious. Also, if you've not already watched it, go and check out the skateboard vlog with Oscar Meza and team. Oh my goodness. You'll see Oscar Meza in the Olympic. He is so fucking good. So go check out that vlog. I'll try and link it here. Really good day. Street skating. I mean, I didn't do very much. I was basically vlogging, filming. Really, really good skateboarding that day. So go check that out.